Hey, how's it going? Dan Mayo here. Welcome to RuMayoNation. Hit the titles. Say hiya, how's it going? How's your week been? Have you had the shit weather too? It's been crazy. Like, I'm so tired, man. Like, we had like crazy thunderstorms, like, I don't know, what was it, like 4 or 5 days ago now. And now my daughter's decided that she's scared of rain. Doesn't apply when it's raining outside in the middle of the day, pissing down, and she wants to go play at the park, but does count when it's the middle of the night. And she's finally discovered that she can get out of her bed. So this week's been combating her sort of behaving like, you see when someone's walking down a prison like walkway and there's people that are just hanging over the bars that have been there and doing hard time. She's now sort of carrying on like that, but you'd be sat there watching telly, because before she'd wake up every now and then, but she'd just sort of stay stuck in her bed. She's got like a little like cot bed, and there's a little guard to stop her falling out, like as in a barrier. There's not someone there on the beat, but like she would just sort of stay in bed. But now I think she's realised, I could just get out of this bed like I do in the day when I'm playing about on it. So you'll just hear like some sort of, nondescript toddler noise, and you'll go up there and she'll just be stood at the railings and saying, "It's raining." And it's like, yeah, it'll do that. It's England. Better get used to that as a phenomenon. Back to bed she goes, put her down, get her under her quilt again. Right, all good though. Like, it's just a bit of rain. We need rain to have puddles that you're like splashing around in so much. Good to go to sleep? Okay, right, night then. Go downstairs, and then you hear the fucking, the spoon being clanked on the bars again. Like, justice for libertine, free my man libs. And it's raining. Yep, still raining again. See England above. Kind of have to get used to that. It's really, really cute, but equally it's like, oh no. But now that's sort of like, I think what it is, the thunderstorms like scared the shit out of her. Like I say, are pretty crazy, right? They obviously woke my dog up, gave him Vietnam flashbacks, borderline, you were there, man, like he gets during fireworks night and the month before and after, because for some reason we sell explosives to the public. I honestly can't with that. Like, the average idiot that struggled with the concept of solids, liquids and gases at school is being given projectile explosives that you can buy in Aldi. I can't get my head around it. I really can't. It blows my mind. It sets my fucking dog off. And listen, if it was all on just the one night, you go, right, prepare for it. Like, put on Apocalypse Now, Gallagher can watch it and just embrace it. Embrace PTSD. Like, embrace whatever it is that's gone on in his former life, which means he can't do explosions. And then we can all just be done. Do you know what I mean? I'm sure there's a couple of evenings where, like, Muslims have celebrations and stuff. But, like, where it's like, you can account for it a little bit. But it's just, you're randomly sitting there and then it's just in the background, and then he's fucking off, like, Full Metal Jacket. It's exhausting. But I think the thunder is like, yeah, it scared the shit out of her, because it was pretty significant and it was right on top of our heads. And I think that's just kind of spooked her a little bit. It's then when she hears rain, she's then like, oh shit, here comes... I don't know if it was just me that had this. My family used to call it God rearranging his furniture, which sounds like a euphemism for him arranging his junk now, but yeah. And then obviously the whole TED phenomenon, like Thunder Buddy and all of that kind of shit. But yeah, it was God moving the furniture. And we weren't even a religious family, by the way. So now I've got to contend with this all judging, all seeing entity in my life that judges me for touching my nether regions. So that became the real stress. Really took the edge off the thunder, the thought of eternal sin and hell for, watching things on spams.net, which I think was where I first accessed material of that kind. It's quite a slick transition from rotten.com. If you're part of a certain generation, you'll know all about rotten.com. Like, if you want a website where you can see someone who has had their head severed off by a helicopter blade, rotten.com. Want to see someone who's blowing their head off with a shotgun in their car, rotten.com. Good job didn't need advertising, because those adverts would be very, very vague. Because what could you even include? Like things that must be pixelated on anything that's mainstream media, rotten.com. But then there was always this little subfolder of like naughty but like gory sexual stuff, Then there's only a small hop then to this website called spams.net, which had like a lot of random shit on it, but littered in there was a little adult folder. And you could realistically, anyone who was like, 11, 12 years old could only abstain for so long, thunder or no thunder, gonna have a look. So yeah, but I think the thunder really shit her up, and it's adorable and it's really cute, but it's like, oh no, I thought we had done the whole not being able to sleep part of parenthood. No, apparently not. So really fucking tired. Also, my back's killing. I don't know if you've seen that. This kid is asking his nan to play with him, and I'm guessing he's asked her a million times, and she's always like, oh no, I can't because my back's killing. And he kind of goes, hey nan, will you come play? And then she goes to talk and he goes, nah, you can't because your back's killing.
Nana, can you play dominoes? No, your back's killing. Yes. Your back's killing, isn't it? I wouldn't dare say no. Yeah, you would. Promise, guys, she would.
And it's fucking great. But my back's killing. I had to mark out a load of football pitches yesterday evening. Against, obviously, failing light and... Jesus, 6 pitches. And to be fair, I did an admirable job. The first and last time I did it, people assumed I was pissed because I was so wonky. In my defence, there was no lines to go along, so it's kind of free ball 6 football pitches, 7 asides, 9 asides, and 11 asides. It's not that easy. I definitely feel like I was, maybe giving the winger on one side just a bit more room to operate, But yeah, just absolutely fucking knackered, and obviously then a rough night of sleep with my daughter getting up all the time. So yeah, man, tired, but yeah, hopefully you guys are all right. What's been going on? Right, so date of recording, it is the 26th of September, and that means the weekend that's just gone was the Anthony Joshua Daniel Dubois fight, which I didn't watch because I didn't pay for the box office and don't have any way of watching it other than that. Yeah, do you know what? Right, here's the thing. Straight out there, I'm a casual boxing fan, okay? And there are worse things, but is there much worse than boxing gatekeepers? The ones who are like, you didn't watch fucking Galansk against Echdiavenko in the Belarusian Division 2 boxing spectacular circuit 2009 when it was a leap year on a Tuesday at 2 a.m. So therefore, how dare you watch Anthony Joshua against Daniel Dubois, one of the biggest British boxing heavyweight clashes of all fucking time. And it's like, I'll tell you why I'll watch it, mate, because it's a big fucking global thing. It's a cultural thing. It's a British heavyweight championship fight. I'm going to watch it. Soz about that. Yes, I probably won't watch another one now until the next big one. I'm sorry. Right? But my wife kind of briefly watched it. She was falling asleep. And I thought, I know what the answer is. Because my initial thing was, how were you falling asleep during this? It weren't a snooze fest. Do you know what I mean? It was drama from the first round. Anthony Joshua got knocked down in the first round. I'm like, this is drama. Every round is not just hugging it out and sweating it out like a lot of heavyweight bouts can get. And she's just dozing off again. How are you fucking this up? Simple answer, Dan. She doesn't give a fuck about boxing. And it didn't occur to me at the time, but that's basically what it boiled down to. The giveaway should have been when, obviously, old Buffer, let's get ready to rumble, was like, AJ Anthony Joshua. And then my wife went, what does the AJ stand for? And it's like, fuck me. That would have been the giveaway. She doesn't care about boxing. It stands for Anthony Joshua. Oh, yeah, I'm so thick, I don't know why I asked that. I know. Because you don't give a fuck about boxing, the same reason you're about to be nodding off. Yeah, crazy fight though, isn't it? Daniel Dubois is thick as mince, but he's hard as fuck, right? He can't talk at all, but he can box. And I guess, a bit like when Beckham used to get shit in his interviews and stuff. Oh, he's a moron. Yeah, but he can whip a wicked free kick, can't he? And that's what he's actually there to do. So, I will say this, right, about Anthony Joshua, tentatively. And who was that? There was a UFC... commentator, was it? Oh shit, I'm gonna have to find this out. Let me go on a mum Google while I'm doing this. There was a UFC commentator that someone was giving a load of shit on Twitter. Commentator. Sorry, you're coming on a full mum Google with me. Commentator. Would you say that in person? Because someone's giving a load of shit on Twitter. Paul Felder, right? Yeah. So Someone's giving him shit on Twitter. Said, stay retired, Paul. You're a better commentator than fighter. And Paul Felder replied, does it make you feel good saying that? Now, would you say that to my face, man to man? And then the guy replied, nope, you'd kick my ass. That's why I said it on Twitter. And Paul Felder replied, fair enough. And like that, I'm very much in those waters at the minute, all right? So if Anthony Joshua's listening, yeah, of course you'd beat the fucking shit out of me. Not that I think that's a valid argument when you criticise a fighter. When they go, well, it kicked the shit out of you. It's like, yeah, but I'm not the competition, am I? Right? Like, I'm not the competition. It's like, and you know, I don't agree with everyone piling on women's football. When you see people kind of being like, oh, the standards are appalling, and they're like, they'll run rings around you, mate. It's like, yeah, his name's Gavin. He's 48 years old and only just shy of 48 stone. Of course they would, but he's not the fucking competition, is he? But yeah, like, so just full disclosure, yes, Anthony Joshua would probably win most rounds in a fight. What I will say is, they need to stop handing him the fucking microphone after a fight. Even like before a fight, it's fine, but I feel like they've built him very carefully up, and he's clearly got bags of ability. You don't win gold medals and the fights he's won if you're not a good boxer. But I do think he's very Route 1, Mr. Generic, solid jab with real power in behind. I don't think he's got that like X factor that a real heavyweight needs. Like Tyson Fury, for all his flaws, just has that just flabbergasting agility and lightweight nature to his style, and the way he can slip punches and draw power from weird places. And I think Anthony Joshua's a very sort of my first boxer, right? And I think he's getting found out in the real crunch moments. He's got a pretty weak chin. And again, when being hit by another professional whose job it is to punch people in the head, like, he's got a bit of a weak chin. And I think he's got a bit of the Amir Khan's about him, where he'll talk a good game all the way up, and then the second he gets punched in the face once, he turns into a bloke in Weatherspoons who just wants to start fucking swinging. And I respect that, and it gets described as heart and courage and all those sort of things. And absolutely, Jesus fucking Christ. I'm telling you now, I'm folded over in a heap off of the softest jab from one of these guys. But like, they have to stop giving him the microphone after fights when he's blatantly concussed. Because he kept saying, and I don't know if you caught this, but he kept saying like, hey, listen, we rolled the dice at success and we come up short.
Credit to him and his team. We rolled the dice at success and we come up short, but...
And he said it about 8 times.
We rolled the dice at success and we came up short.
And you think, are you fucking broken? Why do you keep saying that?
We took a shot at success and we came up short, unfortunately. We rolled the dice, man.
And the answer is, yeah, he probably is. He probably has actually got a concussion. Like, he went full... Like, was it the end of the Usyk fight when he's like, people keep saying that I'm slow. Like, I'm 17 stone, all right, or something like that. And it's like, okay, this isn't Slimming World. You know, you've not put on a pound because you had a portion of chips on a Friday night. Like, why are you justifying it? Again, like, in the same way, like, don't even give people the oxygen who are like, you know, the women's game's shit, fucking, you know. Don't give them the oxygen. Like, clearly, they're not. So why is he justifying himself to these people? Oh, you fucking shit, AJ. Whatever that stands for. Yeah, well, I'm 17 stone. I've had a sore throat all week. Like, stop justifying yourself to idiots. But, like, equally, the team around him, stop giving him the fucking microphone. Hey, listen, we rolled the dice at success and we came up short. And if I'm his trainer, I'm thinking, stop saying that. Like, I've put in so much work with you over the last, like, 7-8 weeks in this really intensive part of the fight camp. And obviously before. And you keep talking about it like it was a fucking flutter at the bookies. Like, hey, listen, yeah? We rolled the dice at success. I don't know why I kept saying success that way either. But yeah, it was great. Like, it was really, really good. But yeah, I think he's got like one more big money fight in him, hasn't he? Probably Tyson Fury. Because this whole like going again for the belts, I don't see it. Daniel Dubois has proved a lot of people wrong. I think, yeah, excellent. Like, he looks really, really good. Hard as fuck, obviously. And yeah, maybe, you know, like in WWF, when you could tell the person was a bit shit on the mic, so they have like a really good manager, like Paul Bearer or Valentine, but when they do the talking for them, Paul Heyman. I think like Daniel Dubois needs that, because you do think, Jesus Christ, you are a bag of potatoes up there, aren't you? Like, and luckily he could back it up. And would I say it to him in the street? No, I wouldn't, but it still doesn't stop it being the case. Like, I saw a tweet going around, like, how much would you need to be paid to fight Anthony Joshua or whatever? And it's like, it's a very good question. Can I just immediately quit? In which case, cover my taxi there and maybe a tenner for a kebab on the way home. But if I've got to take one big punch, it's at least got to pay off my mortgage / you know, I'd like a bit of pocket money, you know? I want to have a really good scooter that I'll have to go around on from then on. I want a premium platinum straw to eat all my meals for the rest of my life. But yeah, it's fucking mad. But it's good. It's a good fight. Like, it's one of the ones where, like, you know, you have to just be a part of it because it's such a culturally significant moment. And, yeah, despite Anthony Joshua being... Was it Anthony Agogo, an Olympic boxer who used it at a Subway advert? I've got a sensitive mouth, all right?
I've got a sensitive mouth, all right?
Anthony Joshua is basically that, but after he's been punched in the head by an absolute fucking unit. And I guess who can blame him? But hey, listen, you roll the dice at success sometimes, all right? In other meathead-based news, Keir Starmer's... And I'm not going to get too political on this podcast ever, but when our Prime Minister is demanding the safe return of sausages, it does need addressing. So, I mean, when I saw it, I thought it was like, you know, like, 'cause there's a lot of AI now, right, that goes around. And I am Googling this as I go for the audio, so just know if I sound a bit distracted, it's because I am. There's a lot of AI that goes around now, and they're great when they have, like, managers responding to... like, you know, the interview at the end, but it's actually not them talking. And I was like, surely this is like AI. Has he just demanded the safe return of sausages? And no. So, I mean, I'll pull up the news story now. Like, you think this isn't the first time Labour have had issues with pig-based food. Obviously, there was the whole famous Miliband can't eat a bacon sarnie. And to be honest, I do think at that point, papers are just shit stirring to get what they want. But here we go. Watch Starmer as he calls for return of sausages from Gaza in conference gaff. Now, listen, I love a sausage as much as the next person. Fuck off with the pop-ups. Create your free account. I don't want to. As if you've got... This is what I mean. This is why legacy media is dying. I just want to read this fucking news story. I don't want to pay £39 for the year. It's just a video of it. I mean, to be honest, what more news do you need? He said the safe return of sausages. I'll put the clip in here.
Fire in Gaza, the return of the sausages, the hostages.
Okay, now I'm sure one thing I want to do long term is find a way of being a lot better at like having video in video that I can respond to. But do you know what I go through? It's that thing of like when you tell yourself, don't say that, don't say that, don't say that. You know the next thing you're going to say is that. Like, imagine, like, I remember when I used to do stand up. Or even when I watch these back, like, I'll watch it and go, I should have said that. Or I'll come off stage and think, I forgot to do that tag to that, like, joke, and that'd have been really good there. But he's come off, that's as a stand-up comedian doing, like, you know, a regular kind of comedy club. No stakes on it, really. This is the Prime Minister of England who's had to come away and go, I just asked for the safe return of sausages from Gaza. Like, how the fuck do you settle that? Like, in the shower, when it's like, hey, mate, remember when you said that? Yeah, fuck off. Fuck off. Right, I think it's just, I'm going to go to bed and then I'm going to sleep on it and all be a lot better in the morning when I have a full English. Oh, fucking hell, that's full English ruined, obviously. But you know, the second his head's in that pillar, it's, you said sausages, mate. Yes, I know I said sausages. But yeah, I think we can all get behind that, finally. A political party that talks for the people. We demand the safe return of our sausages. A quick thing to address as well, by the way. I mentioned very briefly in the last episode about the concept of taxes being paid. A little bit political still, but more sort of street level politics, which, you know, with my mum telling me I'm street smart in a way of trying to buffer me from the fact that my brother's a straight A student with a master's and a PhD. You know, I'm street smart, which is, you know, just as important. You don't get a certificate, sure. Although, you know, my mum does have a printer, maybe one day. But I mentioned how people have to pay taxes going through, like, estates, and it's caused a bit of confusion. So this isn't like checkpoints to get across the Berlin Wall. This is a couple of scrotes in Nike TN caps and trainers demanding you give them £1 for safe passage into the next war-torn estate. So I kind of think it's Billy Goat's Gruff, but the trolls wearing a Kappa tracksuit. That's kind of what it is. Hey, mate, you got £1. No, sorry. I don't know if they've probably come with the technology now and got like a little chip and pin reader. Because, you know, you got away with it for a little while, those sort of things. You got any change like for this charity thing and you're like, nah, soz, that was my keys. That was my keys. I do have a lot of key rings that sound like money, I promise you. Now they're like, oh yeah, don't worry. I've just got this fucking chip and pin reader. And it's still fuck off. Because as I've discussed in previous episodes, I'm skint. I'm already getting, like, I'm buying fucking walnut whips in Poundland and getting told, hey, do you want to give an extra, do you want to round up 81p to give it? No, fuck off. Because everything's getting more expensive and I'm not getting paid anymore, so no. But yeah, so essentially you'd go through and they'd sort of kind of harass you for £1. It wasn't like you sort of had to get your papers out and get stamped and, wear your Nike tick yellow badge or whatever. It wasn't that level, but yeah, it was a different time. And I guess the Billy Goat's Gruff narrative would be appropriate, because if a big enough goat was to come through, they probably know to just not ask and give you safe passage. Or someone with street smarts like me. And if you actually bank up all the money I saved, I mean, the estate next to me I didn't really want to go to, so I didn't try and get through many times. Do you know what? I'm at least in profit, I'd say. Yeah. Oh, as well, update on the post office situation. For those who didn't listen last week, basic grammar, use it. I'm still faffing about. I sent something special delivery, 1 p.m. next day delivery. I got the tracking number, received confirmation it got sent and delivered with a photo, except the photo in question was not the thing I had sent, nor to the address that I'd sent it, and I'm trying to claim that back, right? I've been in and out of the post office, online, offline. They will insist on there being 5 working days between it not being delivered and me claiming it's been lost, except I ordered it as the 1 p.m. next day delivery. So I think 5 days is a bit excessive. Like, that is worse than second class post at that stage. That is worse than me slapping it onto the ass of a donkey and sending that with my fingers crossed. But what doesn't help is I had to pop in there to collect the claim form that I needed, that for some reason they didn't say they had when I was first in there or the second time I was there. And what do I see? You have that random wall of just stuff, and there's like thimbles and tape measures, pencil sharpeners, rubbers, glue sticks, weed grinders. Weed grinders. In this post office, little weed grinders you could buy. And I think no wonder my post got lost. Little quaint village post office, but it's being fucking worked in by Cheech and fucking Chong. So, yeah, no wonder they're very relaxed about it all. Like, just, yeah. He'll get there. Wait, what was it? Huh? Where am I? Yeah, fucking so random. It's the loveliest little, if Postman Pat was to actually walk in with his black and white cat, I would not think this was out of place. And if he was then to be picking up a weed grinder, I have to just say I respect him a lot more. Him and Mrs. Goggins grinding up and smoking a fat bifter. I'd be there for that episode, definitely. But yeah, I'll keep you up to date on it, because I know you're all very concerned. And while we're also here, found 3 poo bags over the last week. So, Poo Bag Rich, Street Smart, and Poo Bag Rich. Join a Formula Q, ladies. Hi, Dan Mayo here, once again from the not quite so distant past. Yes, the words you did just hear me say were join a Formula Q. I just wanted to clarify that I am a juvenile nitwit and take great pleasure and joy in saying sayings wrong, and that was an example of that. Okay, others include no skin off my teeth, not the sharpest spoon in the drawer, and describing people as an scapegoat. But just for balance and parities, you're not sat there thinking you're just trying to come across like you're this perfect guy that never makes any mistakes. I will disclose that I used to think that chest of drawers were called Chester drawers, just like you get Davenports and other posh types of furniture made out of wood. And also the song by The Course, Give Me a Reason, I thought they sang Give Me a Reason Why I'm Making Sausages, and the fact they're not is a great shame, and if they were, I think they're a shoo-in for Keir Starmer's next electoral campaign. Okay, back to the podcast then. Oh, right, okay, so here's some randomness in my life. So my family, we're not close, I wouldn't say. The only thing that will kind of bring us together is if we're losing one of us, and we have to kind of be there for the process of passing them on to the next phase of their existence. But what really rubber stamps that, and this is no shade being thrown at her, because it's really lovely. I was sat in bed just scrolling through my Facebook, just sort of doom scrolling, trying to unwind, because everyone knows the best way to unwind to get a good night's sleep is to have a flashing screen in your face. And I just see a video of me from 8 years ago, and I'm in a studio. Oh, excuse me. I was in a studio. This was MKFM Studios, and I'm recording a show. And I'm thinking, why the fuck's that on my feed? Why has that come up? I think if I left it on my memories from when I do the memories on this. No, I haven't done. Okay. Then I see it's been shared by my auntie with the caption, "Good luck, Dan." And I'm thinking, what the fuck? Have I fallen into a fucking time machine? So I've watched it, and I'm thinking, when did, as it's just randomly, like, as the, the algorithm fucked about, and, I've been chucked in a bit of a time loop where I've been, going back into my memories to find things for the pod and stuff. Even though I will stress, the memory section of this show is raw. I've had to sometimes pull the image when I've done the post-edit stuff, so I've had to go back into my dates and stuff. But then I realised, no, shared about 40 minutes ago, 8 years old footage, shared 40 minutes ago with Good Luck Dan. And I did have to comment going, hey, thanks for this. Would like to point out that this was 8 years ago. And I'm guessing it went okay, as I'm now, at a different station. But I, did the breakfast show and I'm doing the drive show. So, I think it went quite well. But then I did also wonder, like, the last time I saw her was about a year or so ago. My nan. It was my nan on this occasion that brought the family together. So she passed away June. Yeah, so it would have been June for late June, early July for her funeral. And I thought, you saw me there. And like 8 years ago, I was very, very different looking, right? These, for the benefit of the tape, my Widow's Peak / Widow's having a more thorough search, a little bit closer to where they where they were when I was sort of 12, 13. Not I've never had that sort of like, I'm watching this. Well, I've just finished it, Love Hate on ITVX, and it's like an Irish kind of gangland drama, an Irish gangland drama. And this geezer's got like a 2-head still, and he's like 35 years old. I've never really had that, but like they were slightly further down. But I've also got sort of a really baby podgy face as well. And I think, what year do you think I've had? Like, like when you look at me now, like, what year do you think I've had? Where, like, I'd like to say I've got like a lot more sort of like healthy physically, like, I've got my shit together a lot more. I mean, you're probably watching this going, is that not exactly what you are now? But I was this erratic little nitwit in that video, bouncing around the studio, being a right dickhead, like, the composure of a fucking daddy long legs. And not only that, luckily my wife is not some of my exes where it would have just been a fucking drama. But in that same video, my ex-girlfriend is also in the studio and keeps popping on to the like live video, and like, I'm like, it's a bit like, say, my wife is luckily mature now, so it's just kind of like, oh, that's really funny. And we had to learn that was the case. The threshold has been tested beyond that, when that very same nan, who I can't stress how much I loved, and I guess still do, like, it's the soppiest thing I've ever said, but probably the most sincere I've ever sounded as well, when she sent me a birthday card, happy birthday Dan, or Daniel, as she was the only person that would call me that I would tolerate. Happy birthday, Daniel. And on the front of that birthday card was a photo of me and a beautiful photo of my my wife's cousin. So that was a moment like where you just think, fuck me. Like, again, I'm almost having like PTSD thinking the row that would have caused once upon a time. Like, the fucking row. Like, I saw this message. It's always a meme that goes around quite a lot, where this person's like getting a text from his wife, and I'll try and find it. And she says something to him, and he's like, oh yeah, no worries, Abby. I'll catch you in a bit. Correction, baby. And then, oh boy, here we go. Like, and that is that kind of context. But obviously my wife found the funny side of it. But like, her cousin, Charlotte, who I hope she won't mind me saying her name, I'll beep it out, I'll get her permission for being associated with me on a birthday card. Like, it's just me and her, like, sort of at this New Year's party, we sort of like, it's like a Peaky Blinders theme, and fucking hell. So that video gets shared, and I think, Jesus, like, there's not being close as a family, then there's thinking I've had, a hell of a year where I've just like bloated out, recovered my hairline a little bit, and got far worse at radio. So yeah, that was a bit of an odd one. This is why, like, for me, I'm so tempted to delete a lot of people on my Facebook, because I mean, I've already turned off comments and the ability to post on my wall. I did it the day before my last birthday because I can't be arsed. Do you mean going through being like, oh, yeah, cheers, mate. Oh, happy birthday, mate. Yeah, cheers, man. Nice one. Oh, happy, like, just, okay, right? Let's just assume everyone wishes me a happy birthday, and we'll just get on with our fucking life, shall we? Because I've got to be honest, I don't want to put people on blast here. People are just different, right? And that's absolutely fine. But I can't square anyone being like, oh, yeah, oh, people are just too much about their birthday. Do you know what I mean? You kind of think, you shouldn't be making an event of your own birthday. When you're, I'm going to say like 30, my age and above, I'd say. Once you're sort of 33. You can have your big 3-0, and it's like, okay, cool, but that has to be the end of it. You know, when you start kind of like sharing people's posts wishing you a happy birthday. You know that whole like girl thing, like a guy goes, oh, happy birthday, mate, if he happens to see it's your birthday in a Facebook notification, or if in the WhatsApp some other like random goes, oh, happy birthday, Mark, you go, oh shit, happy birthday, man. Like, whereas with women, it's, well, where do I even begin with this girl? You think, fuck me, I don't know, but it's going to be a while till we get to the end, isn't it? And like when they're then creating these little like montage collages of fucking photos and reels, and then people, you know, I think you have that until you're 30. And I think at that point, it's like 31, you know, full super nanny, unacceptable.
Excuse me, Megan, that behaviour's unacceptable. I don't like it when you pinch me.
Unacceptable, not
I don't
unacceptable.
like it.
Unacceptable. I think the only reason I keep social media is because I need it for what I do. And otherwise, I'd get shot. Oh shit, speaking of Facebook, I think I like randomly asked out loud on here if you can make it's complicated your relationship status on Facebook anymore. And I've got to be careful here, not because, like, again, if I accidentally change my marital status to single, I mean not only is it just going to be just so many girls to bat away, like, also the actual issue I'm having is that, like, I'd have to then reassign myself as married, and then I know, like, members of my family are going to go, oh, congratulations, Dan, like, who's the lucky lady? Same one. No, not that one, that was her cousin. I don't think I've actually got my marital status on it. I don't really, mate, do you know what? I don't want to sound like an old Luddite, but you know, when, like, this doesn't really happen anymore, but when Facebook used to sort of change, you know, the menu drop down button has gone from the left to just a bit less of the left, and it's, oh god, how are we ever going to get our head around this? Oh, Facebook, will you give over with all the changes? And then, you know, 3 days would pass and it's just, anyway, where were we? But I have no idea where I'd even find my, like, relationship status. And also, by the way, fuck me, you know, like, I think I talk about, like, age thresholds and what's acceptable for, like, what you do with your social media accounts. If you're like 58 and a half plus, I'll just about forgive you sharing those shit things that are like, from this date forward, Meta will be having access to your photos and will use them and blah, blah, blah. Share this to clear up that you do not consent to this, you know, blah, 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 right? That's okay if you're 58 and a half upwards. I saw someone my age post that on their story. Fuck off. Like, you really, like, you actually think that, you know, fuck the 6,000 pages of T's and C's when you sign up to Meta. What will mitigate all of that, where they are really clear that they have full rights and access of your photos, your contacts. You know, your phone itself can access your front camera, rear camera, audio, whenever it wants, make phone calls, send texts. It's all in the T's and C's. But now, I tell you what, Zuckerberg is sat there going, they're doing what, sorry? They're posting that on his... What? And they're posting that on their stories and sharing it. Oh, fuck off. Are you serious? And that... Oh. So we can't sell their image as intellectual property for some fucking anusol commercial in Thailand. Did no one think of that happening? Did nobody considered that people might copy and paste from Barbara's Facebook? Fucking hell, how much do we pay our legal team? Unbelievable. I might do a status saying I'm not going to pay for them. That should sort it. Like, fuck off. You can't be that stupid. But someone my age did it. Like, my age. I think I've got the actual fucking post, because I think I screen grabbed it and sent it to a mate going, have a look at this. Have a look at this. Right, where is it? Come on. Oh my god, my phone's just lighting up with football stuff. I've like aggro over the training facilities for the winter, which is always good when you've just finished painting the pitches. Where is he? There he is. Yeah. Goodbye, Meta AI. Please note, an attorney has advised us to put this on. Yeah, I think what attorneys typically do is go, listen, we've got to be really above board with this legal process, but before we get going, I assume you have posted on your fucking Facebook story. Please note, an attorney has advised us to put this on. Failure to do so may result in legal consequences. As Meta is now a public entity, I don't understand the business legislation, but I really don't feel that changes anything. All members must post a similar statement. Similar. Yeah, I think with legal documentation, vague and rough versions of print counts, definitely. All members must post a similar statement. If you do not post at least once, it'll be assumed you're okay with them using your information and photos. I do not give Meta or anyone else permission to use any of my personal data, profile information or photos. You can't be that fucking stupid. Like, all Facebook is, the only way it exists financially is because they sell our data. Like, what do you think this is? Like, it blows my... Our age. Unacceptable. Unacceptable. Anyway, I got distracted, obviously. Can you change your Facebook status to it's complicated? I'm just going to put it in Google, I'm going to mum Google it. Can you change... Oh, do you know I'm going to get those, like, hitting up ads of, like, divorce lawyers? Can you change your Facebook relationship status to it's complicated? I don't know if you still can. Facebook gives 11 different relationships. 11? Fucking hell. Really? How's there 11? It used to be like single, divorced, I guess, married, and it's complicated. Fucking is. Now you've got about like 19 different things you can give. Come on, where's the list? Where's the list? Let me at it. Let me at it. Let me at it. Let me at it. Right, I'm going to find it. Right, okay, apparently you've got to do through the Mac or PC. So I'm going to do that real quick on a mum Google. Facebook. Click there. Please be logged in. Save me the faff. Please. I do not give my permission to not be logged in. Boom, it worked. Fucking yes. Right. Go to your profile. Oh, yeah, you're coming on the full journey. Your profile, about, then family and relationships in the sidebar. There we go. Yeah, okay, so married, and then I can edit. Oh, okay. Oh, okay, right, here's the drop down. Perfect. Status, single, in a relationship, engaged, married, in a civil partnership. Is that when it's like homosexuals? Like, that's that, right? Like, they're married. Doesn't like, I swear they changed that to being like a full marriage. I guess they choose to identify in different ways. Fine. In a domestic partnership, is that just like living together? In an open relationship, kinky, it's complicated. Is there separated, divorced, widowed? It's like, because do you know what? In an open relationship and it's complicated, they're the same setting. They are the same setting, because if someone's saying it's complicated, that means want access to other people's genitals, or the person it was once not complicated with has sought access to someone else's genitals. Like, it's so scrambled egg on toast that it's honestly insufferable. That is up there with, I can't believe he's done that, and not the guy who got punched in the face. I need to get that up now as well. Again, picture in picture at one point, but...
So basically, what I was thinking of is,
fuck.
I can't believe you've done this.
You've done this. It's complicated. I'm not... Thankfully, I didn't accidentally edit. Why have I got family members that are my mates? Why is, for example, Josh Mason my son? I have brothers that aren't brothers. My mum is my mum. I've got a grandson, apparently, which is good going and explains the grey hairs. Yeah, okay, so you can change it to it's complicated, but don't, because again, what's the age cut off for that? When can you get Facebook? Like 13? I think by the time you've done your GCSEs, if you post saying it's complicated, you should be denied a British passport and sent to live somewhere else. Oh, yes, okay, Spotted. Let's do a bit of Spotted. It's all been a bit flood-centric because the rain has played havoc with this one road that's like the major road in and out of like where I live, and it is like insane. It like we could host some sort of like aquatic Olympics there. If I saw someone on a diving board getting ready to jump off the bridge, I'd go, yeah, that'll be all right. Just bend your knees when you land. But there's been a couple. I can't remember the exact ones. I've written them down here. People looking for jobs, like 16-year-olds, like, you know, oh, I'm looking for money. Would someone let me babysit? Would someone let me look after their dog? Will someone let me clean their car? Like, I admire the sort of chutzpah of it to get out there and be really willing to graft. But you're not touching my car. Not even because I'm particularly precious about my car, but like, it's just awkward, isn't it? Like, they're scrubbing my car and then they're like, you know, do we agree a fee beforehand? Is it performance based? And I just don't want to go there. But it made me think, like, you know, like babysitters and dog walkers, because I go and walk my dog, and I have times in the day where I could just get out and go for a walk, and I see people going like, oh, does anyone recommend any like dog walkers? And then people going, oh, get these people, these like official companies, fully insured, da-da-da-da-da. And I kind of think, I want to just message and just go full, like, you know, not scab labour, but just kind of like undercut these big businesses and be like, just find a reasonable person, do you know what I mean? And kind of go, oh, yeah, I'll walk your dog. Like, no, I ain't got full insurances or, you know, trained in walking in a straight line while holding something. But I have got my own dog, and I've managed to walk him and have him not turn into a kite that I've accidentally let go of. Like, I'll just come walk him if you want. Oh, because I'm coming in, like, just let my cockapoo out for 20 minutes of a lunchtime. And these places are charging like £25 for a drop in. I think it's a 5-minute walk. Sling me a tenner. I'll pop in and let your cockapoo out for a second. Like, you know, I won't rob your shit. I'll show you where I live. Like, and it's the same with babysitting. And listen, I get it. Like, you want those kind of insurances and those accreditations in place because of the mad shit that can happen. And I probably, saying it out loud, would not trust, you know, my dog, fucking hell. Like, he'd be more of a problem. I wouldn't trust my dog with them rather than the other way around. But would I let some random sort of look after my daughter, like a 16-year-old that, you know, for all the will in the world wants to earn a bit of pocket money? Probably not. But I do kind of think it has got a bit mental in it. We just kind of go like, if she's already in bed, they've got to just sit and watch Netflix for a couple of hours, and you'd maybe half the price. But with dogs, it's like, I mean, I love my dog, but I also fucking despise him. But I just think it's all got a bit silly, hasn't it? Because someone then commented on that post of that person who's looking for a bit of work, saying that, you know, just looking to get back into, just waiting to go back to college, spelt wrong, and you go, but like, you put in tissue paper on a bit of paper, because that's a collage, what you've just written there, and I'm admiring your artistic flair if that is the case, but I don't know why you're waiting to do it. Just go get some Pritt stick now, mate. It's at the fucking post office right by the fucking weed grinders. But yeah, people go, oh, unfortunately you will need insurances to do things like dog walking, blah, 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 blah. And I'm thinking, do you know what? Like, I'd let, I mean, I wouldn't, again, because my dog's a 20 kg fucking moron, but I would just chuck someone a tenner and let them walk my dog. Do you know what I mean? Let's not go over sterilised with everything. Someone asking as well, does anyone know anyone local who makes homemade front door wreaths? Wreaths? I'm not entirely sure. Who's got their life together that much where they can even consider that? I've got a Eufy Ring doorbell that's had no battery in it for the better part of 3.5 months. Like, I have no ability, no space in my day to consider the aesthetics of my front door. I'm just thinking now, I don't think I could tell you what colour my front door is. I couldn't confident. If you had gun to my head, what colour's your front door? I would have to immediately do a post on my Facebook story to say that I don't consent to being shot in the head. Which would stop the bullet, obviously, because an attorney has told me. If I just vaguely allude to the fact I don't want a bullet to the head, I'm fine. I couldn't tell you. But for someone to go, you know, if you're walking around B&M and you go, oh, that's quite nice, like Halloween theme or whatever the fuck, I'll grab that. Was it $3.99? Yeah, go on in. B&M, Basics and Miracles. Love that shop. But to go, you know, oh, I think we should get a front door wreath. I think we should get it custom made, like it's fucking Pimp My Wreath. Like, oh yeah, not only is it a wreath, if you just press this button here, it's a fucking kaleidoscope to survey the whole village. Hi, Dan Mayo here again from the not quite so distant past, just to let you in on this long-standing traditional joke where I call periscopes kaleidoscopes, and yeah, I can tell you where it originated actually, and no, I have no idea. I'm a fucking moron. I don't really know the difference, to be honest. The kaleidoscope, I think, is a series of asymmetric patterns that you can change by twisting the thing. A periscope, I think, allows you to see things above where you're stood. Listen, I have no intentions on becoming a submarine captain, so really it doesn't matter. But anyway, back to the podcast. Like, oh, press this button here and it booms out fucking Informer, like snow. I'm looking for mum down. Like if who's got their life together that much that they can consider the aesthetics of their front door and also have the money to go, yeah, I'll pay someone to put some leaves and twigs in a fucking circle. That girl who's waiting to go to college can fucking do that for you, mate. Yeah, it blows my fucking mind. Same people that were like, oh, what was it here? It was like, oh, do I know anyone who can fit a curtain rail and some outside pictures? And I'm like, I respect the maturity of that person to go, do you know what? No, I can't fucking do it. Whereas I'm going to go, yeah, I'll fucking work it out. Cute, you know, an hour to two of me swearing my fucking head off a wonky curtain frame and holes all in my wall with a burst pipe going fucking bananas. But as we learned last week, you can order parts from Screwfix on fucking Just Eat. Not to eat, obviously. Very important you don't eat screws because, you know, probably not great for your digestive tract. But yeah, just thinking that person's got their lives together where they've just gone, honey, let's hang these photos. We won't do it. We'll pay some other fucker to. But then on the flip side of that, again, I ain't got the insurances or the accreditation. People going like, oh, is there someone who can come around and fit this flat pack, you know, put this flat pack dresser together for me? And I think people are getting paid to do that. Like, I'm shit at it, but I'd have a good fucking go. And I bet they're charging like 40, 50 quid. And honestly, I want to go to, look, give me 20 quid and a fucking a box of Jaffa cakes, I'll do it. I'll put a podcast in. You know, don't have children in the house. We'll swear a lot. Bae, you know, earplugs, turn the telly up, whatever it is you want to do. Fucking, I'll give it a shot. I'd give Flatpack a little shot, definitely. Crazy. But also, another turtle's been found. I don't know if it's the same fucking turtle, but this turtle's living the fucking Vida Loca. I bet he's got 5 jumpers because he couldn't decide on what colour he wanted. Fucking smug prick. Right, anyway, okay. Let's go memories. There is a news story of a guy who stabbed himself to death trying to separate frozen beef burgers, but we'll save that for another day. There's your teaser. And while I'm getting the memories up, by the way, on last week's show, I cut this out, but I started talking about the Arsenal. So I'm an Arsenal fan, and my wife was watching it, but I don't think many people, or they might, but like, you're cutting out a large section of your audience. And she's right, and I do have an Arsenal TikTok and stuff. I have launched an Arsenal podcast. So if you're a football fan and, you know, an Arsenal fan, or someone who just likes, you know, non-reactionary, non-hyperbolic, over-the-top modern-day social media football content, which is very divisive and inflammatory. Check it out. It's called The Arsenal Agenda. It's available wherever you get your podcasts. I can link it as well, I guess, on here as well. But, yeah, I'll put a little link there, like the website you can find it on if you want to. But it's called The Arsenal Agenda. Episode 1 is out now. It's called The Etihad Finger Trap. And there's new episodes every Tuesday. I'm trying to get people involved. It'd be very conversational and things like that. So, yeah, if that's your flavour, go and check it out. Let's get into my memories now, and then we'll get out of here. So, for those who don't know, I go into my Facebook memories, fucking raw. And then I judge myself based on those posts accordingly. And here we go. Oh, okay. There's some liveliness here. 3 years ago today, we announced we were having a baby. Bit basic, bitch. Got to be honest. I think that's one of the ones where you get away with it. Do you know what I mean? And I love the ultrasound photo of her because, and we have this little vest that says Little Libertine on it, and it looks like she's holding a microphone. I'll be honest, first thought was, looks like he is holding his penis, but it was assured that it was a girl. Well, it was kind of assured. We paid for the earlier scan, right, to find out, and she went, looks like you've got a lovely little boy, and I knew my wife was crushed. Like, she really wanted a girl, and to be honest, so did I. Like, we've got 2, like, she's got her 2 boys, my stepkids, and you can tell she was gagging for a girl. And I was kind of like, you know, when you do like, you see like the gender reveal things when they say, I'm such and such, and I think it's going to be such and such. Whatever the guy says is what the girl wants. Honestly, if you see a guy going, I'm Jack, I'm the dad in it, because it's only them that do these, you know, put some hard drum and bass at the end of it, and I think it's going to be a girl, that's what the mum to be wants it to be. Like, you could just tell by the vibe. And she wanted a girl. And, you know, we'd have been happy, you know, as long as it's happy and healthy, of course. But we did want a girl, right? And when it said boy, it was like, oh, fucking hell. And then she went, oh, hang on, actually. Just hold there. Oh, I don't know. I'm going to probably change that, actually. Sorry. What am I like? Fucking insufferable, to be honest with you. I'm going to go girl. I think. Stop saying I think. We paid like £85 for this scan. Cue us then wait until the 20-week scan, looking at this. Like, do you know what? In a different context, if you clip this, I spent far too long looking at the image of a baby's genitals. Far too long, because a girl's got like 3 lines. I don't know what they all are. Wouldn't want to speculate now. And then the boy's got quite an obvious dinkle, right? But like, yeah, so then the photo of her, like, and it looks like she's holding a microphone. Obviously, someone that does stand up and all this sort of stuff. It felt great. And yeah, the most likes I've ever had on a post. So if nothing else, hang on, because I think earlier on in this, there's a bit of gold. Could be wrong. This is someone dropping a grand piano out the back of a moving van. I'll maybe footage it. Probably not. It's not that good. Good job, KFC. Have a reduced menu to make the drive-thru run more quickly. Been here so long that I'm worried about being late for work, and I don't even have a fucking job. I remember that. They ran out of chicken briefly, didn't they? But then during COVID times, they did a reduced menu, and apparently had reduced staff as well, because I was there for a fucking age. A frustrated Alan Partridge faced in reaction to Olivier Giroud, but we won't go there. We won't go there. Right, we won't go there, because I'll get emotional. I promised myself I wouldn't cry. But that's for the Arsenal agenda, so let's leave that. The rituals before taking a kick are ridiculous, pretentious, needlessly dramatic, and completely pointless. Look with your eyes, then kick. That is rugby, and I completely fucking agree. You know, they pick up the grass, they pick up the grass again, and they pick up the grass again, it blows away, and they go like this, and they go, and then they slowly look back, and they look back, and they slowly move back again, and then they do the fucking left leg in, left leg out, and then they do a little bit of this action, and then they do fucking, you know, what is it, diamond W split, and then they like, just look where you're kicking it, kick the fucking ball. Like, what are you doing? It's stupid. And I'm sure there's sports psychologists elsewhere going, actually, it's proven that it increases your chances of scoring by 0.6%, but it also increases your chance to look like an absolute fucking bellend by about 80% to cut the shit. All right? Johnny Wilkinson started, it didn't even have a toilet pose, and now it's just got absolutely ridiculous. And I told you there was gold here, right? Because that got 250 likes on that post about my daughter being on the way. 9 years ago today, I might have a baby for the publicity. And do you know what? Foreshadowing, I went and did it. Not saying that's the only reason, which I will say because she's definitely listening because there's trickles of rain outside, which means she will be awake at the gates being like, ging, 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 ging. I'm innocent. Let my people go. Yeah, obviously scared of the rain, except when she'll insist on dragging me out into the pissing rain in about an hour's time. I don't suppose anyone has a Venezuela 1979/80 international football shirt going spare. I think I'm just being a dick there. Because when you get people like that go, I don't suppose anyone's got like Peruvian gold rug thread going spare, do they? Like, obviously fucking not, mate. Like the person that was asking for a spare turtle tank. No one's got one of them because that would be fucking insane. Do you know what? I won't post this, but my mate, Dom Littlewood, don't get Dom. He just does a fantastic impression of him. Oh, fuck off. Isn't life wonderful? Get on this. I don't know. How can I view the full post? Because it's kind of cut a bit off. This is 13 years ago today. And it says, Facebook will not start charging people. You will not have to pay for your Facebook. If you copy and paste this status, they will not charge you because they were not going to charge you anyway. Your icon, unfortunately, will not turn blue. Sorry about that. At least Facebook's still free though, eh? Hashtag just saying. That's right. Take that fucking sass. But seriously, it's not changed, has it? Oh, this is me declaring that I will not pay for Facebook. Oh, we were going to charge them as well. Fuck! Why didn't someone tell me they're going to just say I'm not paying? Fucking hell, I'm going to get on the phone to fucking, HS Samuels? Listen, have you made sure that people can't just walk in and say, I'd like this 19 carat platinum gold ring, please. I'm not paying. Thank you. Cheers. Fuck off with this. Then my nan, same nan, who sent me the birthday card with me and my cousin. Hi, Dan again. To be very clear, not my cousin. That would make it even more weird and inappropriate, except in certain places, and I will now leave you to speculate which ones I was about to say. Okay, back to the podcast. Gertcha Noel, you only know because Facebook put up a statement refuting the charges. No, Nan, and yes, I am talking to you beyond the grave. I know that because I'm not 58 and a half years old or above, all right? Or that one person that shared that fucking post recently. I said, I ain't seen the statement. I know it is utter rhubarb, as I've heard this or variations of this for the last 2 years. My nan. Okay, little fresher. Look at her coming with the fire. So tempted to get my last words in now. I think I made my point. Haha, enjoy your new term and stay out of trouble. Third year, if you don't mind. Yeah, that's right. I know my way around the fucking university campus now. I'll do my best. I fucking loved my nan. Like, our relationship was one of them ones where it's just like, fucking solid. Like, she fully got me and loved me regardless. And yeah, fucking hell. Funny. Like, her last sort of like time in hospital, she had a stool chart when it's like monitor her shits, right? She was on the sort of last knockings of life. And I went to see her and have just chats. Like, that was like just, we used to have just chats all the time and it was fucking great. And I missed them, genuinely. Getting a bit upset here, which is fucking ridiculous. No, it's not. It's normal. Normalise that. But oh, fucking hell. Yeah. So she died last year, like about 20 minutes before my birthday. Selfish. But yeah, I'll tell you what, Nan, let's make it all about you, shall we? But yeah, and we were sat there chatting, and then there's the stool chart, and like it's got like pictures of the shits and all that kind of stuff. And she went, yeah, don't worry, Dan, I had the 4 quarters done in a day and I'd full bingo by day 3. She was like playing it like fucking bingo. Shingo, love it. So yeah, fucking great. Anyway, I'm gonna leave this episode 6, and I've got emotional. It's ridiculous. But yeah, cool. I'm not going because I'm going to cry. I was kind of done anyway, just so we're all clear. But anyway, long story short, Nan, I was right, you was wrong. And yeah, cool. Follow, obviously. I've made a TikTok. I've not put anything on it yet, but it's at RuMayoNation. I've made a X, which is also at, I believe it's at RuMayoNation. I don't really know how lively I'm going to be on that. It seems like a bit of a fucking impossible thing to work out. I'm going to get these on YouTube pretty soon as well. If you could like, subscribe, rate 5 stars, just because it really helps. Like, it really does help the algorithms. If you're enjoying it, then share it, let people know about it. I'd really appreciate that. And again, if you want a sort of Arsenal podcast, the Arsenal Agenda, check it out. And I'll be back next week. Have a good week, or whatever week you want to have. Don't let me tell you what to do. Stay out of trouble. And I'll catch you in a bit. Shut up then.